Community needs, town obligations, and neighborhood concerns were all front stage as the town gathered to discuss possibilities for the Stephen Palmer Building site on the corner of Pickering and May Streets. Despite having to close the existing apartments ahead of the property's reversion to town control, residential use led the options favored by attendees of the January 12th community meeting.
The Stephen Palmer Development Review Committee held the first of 3 community meetings Monday evening to get a sense of what the town may want to do with the property once it is handed back to the town in April of 2027. Currently under the control of Crown and Shield Management, the firm decided not to renew its lease on the property, which has been used for close to 50 years as residential apartments. Current leases are scheduled to terminate this October, and the land will subsequently fall under the jurisdiction of the school committee, despite being zoned for residential use.
So one of the things we had to look at, in addition to the sort of urban design and architectural issues, was just, so what could be done with this property legally? If the town chooses not to continue owning the property, there's going to have to be a process for disposition, is what we call it. And that is governed by a state law called Chapter 30B. If the town decided that it didn't want us to keep it for some type of municipal or school use, the town could lease the building out for up to 30 years. That could just simply be a decision by the select board. A longer-term lease requires a vote of town meeting.
Organizers asked attendees to set all the logistics aside and use the meeting as a brainstorming session for the site. Gamble Associates, along with Barrett Planning Group, are consulting firms assisting the town with the project. They reported on the current status of the Stephen Palmer Building, which was built as a school in 1914 with a major addition in 1930. They said that the structure itself and its mechanical systems are in good condition for its current use.
If it were to change use and that use triggered more people, that might require some structural investment that would stabilize it more or bring it up to code. So just think if it were to become more of a space of congregation, that might trigger some costs associated with it.
Talk of possible future housing options prompted some confusion from the audience, as the town has repeatedly expressed over the past year that it has little interest in assuming the role of landlord for the property. Representatives of the committee responded that, for the purposes of that meeting, no options for the use of the site were off limits.
Everything is on the table right now, so housing could absolutely be the future use. The town has made a decision. We do not want to be landlords. If housing is the future use of the site, then part of our ongoing work is what would that look like? Who would own the property? Who would manage it? So those things are not mutually exclusive.
Strong interest was expressed by the Charles River YMCA. Located adjacent to Greens Field, they envisioned an opportunity for collaboration with the town. In their eyes, the location is perfect for a community center within walking distance of both the middle and high schools, although they expressed a desire to focus on intergenerational possibilities.
As all options remain under consideration, including new development, open space, or modifications to the existing structure, our goal is to collaborate on a plan that benefits residents of all ages and strengthens Needham's community fabric.
After the initial presentation, those attending gathered in small groups to continue the discussion. Among those, the themes of affordable housing for seniors, young adults, and teachers rose to the fore, with frequent conversations about community centers or art spaces and uses that would appeal across demographic lines. They also expressed concern about costs and maintaining the character of the neighborhood, although polling was mixed on whether the building itself should be preserved. The results of this session will be narrowed down to 3 alternatives, which are scheduled to be discussed at the next community meeting, currently anticipated to occur in late March or early April. They hope to have a proposal for the property generated by June 2026. For the Needham Channel News, I'm Mark Mandel.